Good evening, you mayhem devils. Welcome to the EDH Brothers. Tonight we are playing some cEDH. Apparently, the thought of playing cEDH caused Metal Nick to just go play his guitar instead, um, which is totally fine with us because there's a high probability we'll get some epic music out of it. So, who am I to judge? But let's jump over to the table. And of course, we'll start in turn order. We've got Swan with us tonight.
How's it going, guys? I am running Obnixilis, Captive Kingpin. Just trying to, death by 1,000 cuts my opponents. Just ping them for one and get some card advantage and, do some things.
Beautiful. And of course, we were insane to bring him back yet again. We have Dread Pirate.
Evening all. You know me, you hate me. That's okay, I love it. I'm here this evening with the Wise Mothman because I just want to make everybody their own personal nightlight. We all are old enough, we'll crack enough, somebody will glow.
Nice. And following up that, we've got the Glorious Wolfman.
Hey, what up, everyone? It's Caleb, aka Glorious Wolfman, here with Malcolm Vile Smasher. Anyone who's been following me on the channel as I post, I've been playing Malcolm Timna for a while. Deck's really great, still love it, but it has trouble closing out games, so decided to ramp it up a little bit, switch from white to red, and do some pirate combo shenanigans.
And I would like to note that you are rocking the Melting Skull sleeves from AI Armor.
I am, and Swan is rocking the Lotus sleeves.
AI Armor in the house. Let's go. Check them out, aiarmor.com. I am running Animar, Soul of Elements, one of my favorite decks. But before we get the game going, I do have something else I want to show you guys. I know I showed Swan and Pirate, at least before we started. Here it is, boys. This is the championship ring, Commander
Nice.
here in Utah. To give you an idea, yeah, it is a big old.
We call that a
big
face
old ring.
Yep.
Yes, it's a professional face breaker. No way no way am I implicating any NFL team and or players.
Of course not.
Of course not. But let's get this game going. We all have
any
our
pre-game actions from anyone. Gemstone Caverns, ley lines, get them out of the way.
None here.
None here.
I have none here.
Okay. I do want to say one thing real fast, and that is, if Caleb has switched to white, I don't know about anybody else, but I'm okay with that because as long as we don't have to deal with felony Delany, I'm good.
Dude, Delany is they are one of my favorite cards. That card's so good.
Oh yeah, especially in Arabella. Cool.
Yeah.
Oh man, in Malcolm Timna it triggered it twice. I mean, it killed me more than once because like Professor or Mastermind Plum lose 2, Lotho lose 2, but like I was living like a king.
Oh, I bet.
Always fun. All right, we ready, boys?
Let's do it.
Up a turn. All right. Blazemire Verge. Lotus Petal. Tap the Verge for Soul Ring. Tap the Soul Ring.
Let's go.
For Signet.
Holy crap.
Tap the Signet. Mana Vault.
This is cEDH, boys. Let's go.
I would like to just remove myself. I can't follow that up.
And,
on the play, too. Dodges fish, dodges study, like
everything.
All of it. Yep.
Oh, man, that's so good.
I'm so glad to be back. Humiliated off the word go.
When you do that this weekend, you're going to win some games.
Yeah, if I could draw this opening hand again.
Swan, you all good?
I'm good.
Cool. Draw for turn.
He's untapping with what? 7 mana?
That's kind of gross.
8?
We're going to play a polluted.
6. Yeah, you're untapping with 8 mana.
I don't really know how I'm going to follow this up. We're going to play a polluted, crack it. I'll get myself for 1 here in just a second.
Play a Birds of Paradise.
You are so very close, it hurts.
Llanowar Elves.
Give that man a Cupido. As soon as I am able to find my... Come on. Bayou. Let's see here.
Cameron, I'd follow that up with the land that comes in tapped and passed. Hashtag power move.
Caleb, say when.
Now. I wasn't even looking at the screen. I was looking at your YouTube version and reading the comments. So
We'll tap Bayou for the saddest Llanowar Elves, and we'll pass because that's us.
Power move.
Not even a Soul Ring? Chump.
Okay.
Mox Diamond. Diamond good.
Yep.
Yeah.
Discard Marsh Flats. Mox Opal.
Yeah.
Rite of Flame.
White bordered. I refuse to acknowledge it.
Yeah, me too. But I'm going to this time because I need it. Arcane Signet. That was my turn 1. I'll pass. No land drop.
Untap, upkeep, draw.
Boss, I feel like we're in the wrong game. I'm just gonna call that out.
Well, here, how about this? Bountiful landscape. I'm going to crack it and go find a mountain.
Landscape.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right.
Pass.
Pass.
I have so many concerns about what Swan's going to do with his turn.
I think
got
we're all there.
2 cards in hand, man.
I've got 3, and you have 8 mana. I have 3.
I have 6.
Mana Confluence. Gonna tap Mana Confluence for a red and a black. Go down 1.
All right, I gotta get myself for my.
And I'll tap Soul Ring. Cast my commander.
Color me surprised.
All right, priority to Nick.
I got nothing.
I'll pass on Robert.
Pass.
Okay, I'm gonna tap for 3 black. I'll leave 2 floating. And I'll cast Wishclaw Talisman.
Yeah, we got to get you a real one of those before the tournament, by the way, because that ain't going to fly.
Yeah. And then Sensei's Divining Top. And I'm going to use the last floating mana to spin the top.
You got.
Sounds good.
Word.
Mm-hmm. I think that order. Pass turn.
Cool. We'll untap. We'll see if we can do anything. Draw a card. That might do something, actually. We're going to play Morphic Pool, unless 2 of you would like to concede.
No, it's already on the battlefield. It's too late to concede.
Fair enough. I like this plan. This is a good plan. We're going to tap Bayou at our Landlower Elves. And I feel like Caleb and Swan need to slow down a little bit. So we're going to drop a Collector Oof.
All right. I'm cool with that.
Oh, Nick.
I will. I'm just going to put this hero of my status. I'm going to F6.
Juan, do you have any interaction? Because I can interact with it, but I really don't want to because it's a really bad interaction.
I've got nothing.
All right.
You got my seal of approval.
This is going to suck, but I have to do it. Consult?
Oof.
Consult good?
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm going to name Force of Will. Don't kill me. Rystic's gone. Talisman. Into the Floodmaw. Training Center. Cabal Writ. Dark Writ. Okay, I'm not dead. Let's go. Unearth's gone. Offer. There's my Tainted Pact. Imp Recruiter.
Well, the other force is gone too now.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Nick, that was the greatest collector oop I've ever seen.
I have a tendency to throw bodies into cogs until it gums them up a lot.
I mean, I run collector oop in my deck too, so.
Mystic, Rollick, LED.
You see what you made him do, Nick?
Yeah.
There goes Glinthorn.
I mean, I did turn what was it, turn 3, turn 4 the table last week, so.
It's going to be the bottom damn card of my deck.
Look, as long as you don't drop Mesmeric, I'm fine.
Recently unbanned Gifts Ungiven.
Ooh.
I know that. I'm
was
excited
fast.
for that one.
I got to get that in offline too, actually.
I luckily had one from picking it up years ago.
Was that in the Jace spellbook?
Yeah, I think I picked it up for $1 in like a trade, or I just bought it just like on the off chance it would get unbanned.
While he's
That
doing
was a
this,
permit druid on crack.
while he's doing this, I would just like to take this time to make a shameless plug. All of this delightful play brought to you by the awesome coaching services of the Glorious Wolfman, i.e. Caleb.
This card is Lively Dirge, by the way. I need to find one. It's 34 cents, and I can't seem to find one anywhere.
Those rare commons are such a pain.
It's the 34-cent common with $3 shipping.
There's Force of Will.
After that, can you let me know how many cards are in your library?
Well,
Not enough?
yeah.
I need dice. I just realized I don't have any.
Yeah. I mean, I'm going to force it pitching Intuition.
Okay.
Intuition recently made a game changer.
I've done Brain Dead. It's exiled, right?
No.
No,
Okay.
counter.
Just countered. That's right.
Yeah, we may be able to get 2 games of cEDH before we get the other one, because I can't win anymore.
With that, I'm going to continue my turn. We're going to tap Morphic Pool for Blood Chief's Ascension.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because that's the one I really wanted out. And with that, I'll pass.
I would have had no problem with Blood Chief's Ascension, but I cannot play, like, any other situation, but I kept an all artifact hand, and it only hurts me because it doesn't, like,
Oh,
Swan already did his thing.
So
By the way,
Swan,
Swan,
Swan, do you
You
feel
have
like you got a get down, Mr. President moment?
You had an Obnixilis trigger because I had to lose a life to cast Force of Will.
Oh, right. Lion's Eye Diamond.
Oh, you really
put it-
saved Swan.
I'm going to cast Malcolm and pass the turn.
Cool. Untap. Upkeep. Draw. Let's do Forest tap 2 into Swiftfoot Boots pass.
All right, untap. Draw. I
The
will.
worst part was
pass.
there isn't even another spell I could have named. I guess I could have named like Into the Flood Maw, but I think that was like one of the first 6, right? So I would have lost anyway.
Back.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't run Bolt.
Red. And oh, this is still tapped. I'm not paying to untap it yet.
And that's why this card is called a Forbidden Tutor, because you really don't want to use it as a tutor.
There you go. Red and 2 colorless, floating a colorless. I'll lose a life. And I'm gonna cast Kessig, Flame Breather.
Yep.
Now I'm gonna cast LED from Exile. Everyone's gonna take one. I'll have 3 Obnixilis triggers. Marsh Flats, Sulphur Springs, and Bergie.
It looks like you get some land drops there.
Yep. I'm gonna take Sulphur Springs and tap for 1. And I've got the 1 floating off of Soul Ring to cast Bergie.
Sure.
And then I will sack Lotus Petal for a red. So I can't do that because I do not have the mana that I wanted. I'm just gonna spin the top.
Yeah, I mean, you should probably go to combat and swing with your giant Obnixilis at Nick.
I mean, that's fair.
Like, so don't forget to either go ahead and spin your top or untap the Signet.
Yeah, I'll go to combat and I'll spin the top. That is correct. Nick, it's going to be a 8-3 or 8-7
7.
coming right at you. Face.
I have 8 commander damage.
All right, second main. Now I'll spin the top.
Don't forget to take your actual damage, Nick.
Yeah.
Oh.
There we go. Unfortunately, the spell table is not like the app that we use. I wish it was, where you just like, oh cool, I took commander damage. It's going to remove it from my life total too.
Oh, is it life tap?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yep. Life tap is good.
Yeah, I like it, especially now that we because we figured out we can do plane chase on there, but also we figured out you can do partner commander damage on there too.
Yeah. There's also a feature on there that will randomly select an opponent, which is great for my Wuhan deck.
Oh, we just roll a die, but that's good to know for future reference.
There's an actual feature for that. I can show you after stream.
And then
Because Nick plays Ruhan. I mean, plays.
Once in a while. Everybody
I'm
gets
gonna-
angry. Nobody likes Zer's weirding. I don't get it. I have a whole Reddit post dedicated to me because you guys don't like Zer's weirding.
I mean, I have a whole Reddit post dedicated to me because I played Exodia in a game.
I know I am tapping the top to draw a card,
Sure.
putting the top back on the library. And then I'm going to sack Lotus Petal, remove a wish counter.
Me, please, because I want to see what's left in my library. I don't think I can win.
Sure, you can have the Wish Claw Talisman. And I'm going to go search for a card.
Which person? Caleb or me?
Caleb.
I think that's literally the safest bet because I do not think I can win. I'm like my Mayhem Devil, my Reckless Fireweaver, my Underworld Breach, and my Thassa's Oracle are all in exile.
Beautiful.
So at this point, I'm just seeing what I have left in the deck.
All right, there's the card that I'm searching for. It's going to go to my hand.
Actually, do I have is my Wish Claw in exile? I'll just put that in play. Wish Claw Talisman. Yep, sure is.
And
Still have a good Infinitoken, but this way I don't have to write anything out.
I'm just going to flip that over just to indicate that I gave it to you.
Yeah, that's good.
I think with that, I will. Well, actually, damn it. I'm one short. Okay. I'll just pass there.
All right, Swan. Yeah, you're good to pass. For future reference, you don't want to activate Wish Claw unless you're going to win the game.
Well, I'm one short. I miscounted my mana.
Oh, that's fair. Okay.
That math. Do not be mathing.
Yep.
Let's see. So I was the one who lost more than 2 life that turn, right?
Sure were.
Well, that sucks. We'll untap.
Sure do.
Go to draw.
Oh, Nick, you'll appreciate the exotic orchard I put in here. It's the Surge Foil Fallout.
Oh, yeah. Love me some Fallout cards. Obviously.
Yeah, we got Nick to build this deck because he was looking for a new cEDH deck, and Wise Mothman is one I knew existed.
Nice.
Also, Swan, recognize this?
I do.
Swan gave me this like a year and a half, 2 years ago. It's very slightly miscut.
You know, the amount of times that I've forgotten I've given that to you and went to look for it to put it in the deck is more than I would like to count.
Well, I'd like to say that I have something else to do, but we're going to play Hedge Maze, Surveil 1, put that in the bin, which is in Elves of Deep Shadow, not that I think it matters for Swan's turn, and pass.
All right. Untap. I'm going to shock in this Watergrave. I'm going to move to combat. I'm going to attack Nick.
2, right?
Just 2. I'm going to make a treasure. Then I'm going to do exactly what you want to do with this card. I'm going to hard cast a Leyline of Transformation.
Nice. Pass.
Nothing for me here.
Peachy.
All right, I'm going to name Pirate. So all of my creatures in my deck, graveyard, hand, and on battlefield are pirates. I'll pass.
Okay. On top. Okay. All right. Let's play Breeding Pool. I'm going to shock it in. Tap 3. Cast Animar.
Yeah. What are you debating there, Shalon?
I for a second there it was like Omnix. No, two life, not one.
All right. Yeah, that's all I can do. Pass. Oh, yeah, pass.
Okay, hold on. So I'll last track. Caleb, you shocked in, right?
I shocked in. Josh shocked in, I believe, as well.
Okay. Not that I think it matters, because I think we'll be dead before the counter hits 3, but that's all I wanted to check.
Hey.
Hey, you good, Josh?
Yep, pass.
Untap. Okay. Badlands. I'm gonna tap Soul Ring for Agatha's Soul Cauldron.
You got a Soul Cauldron.
And I'm gonna cast Walking Ballista for 0.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I'm gonna now just ping you all for 1 Walking Ballista Obnixilis. And
We have to
Soul
actually activate the Agatha's Soul Cauldron to exile Walking
right.
Ballista.
Exile it.
Nick, responses?
None.
I will crack this treasure for a blue. And I'm going to change Obnixilis from a demon to a pirate.
That looks familiar.
It doesn't change anything. It's just funny.
Yeah. Now I'm gonna kill you with a pirate.
Yo.
All right. That was we running it back. That only took like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Right.
And
Sure.
you deciding my Oofy was not for this world, I think kind of handed that game to Swan.
Dude,
Yeah.
well, I mean,
Yeah.
first off, Swan
Although
started turn 1 with basically 8 mana.
Yeah, Caleb, I was
No, I was
1
sandbagging
mana
that Oofy.
short to do that last turn. I had miscounted, so
Because you couldn't cast the Soul Cauldron.
because I couldn't cast the Soul Cauldron.
See, I was sandbagging that Oof because it was in my opening hand, and then watching Swan play all that, and then you play all that, and I was just like, well, this is gonna suck.
So I had to, like, my opening hand was Harsh Flax, Mox Diamond, Mox Opal, Arcane Signet, and I'm like, I get 3 mana on turn 1, but that's all I had. Like, I was like, okay, if I draw a land, I can cast like a turn 1 Malcolm, and then like start kind of getting on board. But kind of glad I didn't draw a land, because then I wouldn't have the Demonic Consultation, and I would have just been straight out of the game. Like, Malcolm by himself doesn't do him any good. It was a greedy keep, but it also had Consultation, it had Artificial Evolution, and it had Intuition.
Oh,
So I'm like,
mine
I'm
was
pretty
off,
well set to win.
mine was off the back of Oof. Oof alone. That's I can't really get onto you for a quote unquote greedy keep.
Yeah,
It's
well,
a good thing that Swan popped off that turn, because I had enough creatures and Ancestral Statue and Walking Ballista in hand. I was going to win on my turn.
I gotta admit, I'm not familiar with how the Animar deck wins.
So
Infinite
with
Walking Ballista.
yeah, so once I have 4 counters on Animar, when Ancestral Statue comes in, I bounce it back to my hand, cast it for free. So then I just loop it to put infinite counters on the Animar, and then cast Walking Ballista, and that's all for it.
Let's see, who is in... Josh, you want to re-randomize us?
Yep. There, I can
Is kind of
check
important.
this out. Reset game. I'm going to turn off that. I'm going to go...
This stays.
There we go. I like that. Not because I'm going first, but because
Right.
Pirate fourth in the tournament. Welcome back to the show, Pirate.
Woohoo!
Turn what? So what does this hand do? It does that on turn 1, then nothing? I'm gonna mulligan. It was close, but I just don't think it does enough.
I'll keep the 7. I probably shouldn't. I'm probably about to get yelled at, but whatever.
Take a picture of it and send it to me afterwards.
Okay.
I think I've got a plan.
Let's
See.
If I can figure out how fingers work.
Man, last night I was playing up at the tournament. I went for a turn 3 win, and in 4th seat, and I thought I was so secure, and Braden had the force of will, but everyone's tapped out. Literally everyone's tapped out, and there are 2 not blue players at the table, so I only have to stop one person, but I also didn't have any protection for it, so I'm just jamming because I can. It seems safe. Everyone's going slow. There's no red mixer.
Okay.
Whatever. Okay. Let's stop. Actually, this isn't bad. I can work with this, I think. It's really hard because I'm used to having card draw in my command zone, and not having that is weird. So,
all right, you guys
really
ready?
I have to reevaluate hands. Yep. Pre-game actions?
Nope.
Nope.
Nothing here.
Okay. None here.
All right, draw for turn. Command tower into Elvish Mystic. Pass.
Sure.
Okay, so I did something similar. I'm going to warn you. That seems like a good play. Last game I found out. Not a good play.
I do my own thing.
Whatever. I do what I want.
Fetch with my Polluted Delta good.
Yep.
I'd like to flash in an Oppo. I can't, but I want to.
I'm gonna go grab Underground C. I can't find it as easily anymore, but it's still in here. There it is. Finally making an appearance on camera.
Ooh, look at that.
Yep. Foreign black border, gotta love it. I'll finish shuffling in a second if y'all are cool with that. Soul Ring?
Yep.
Felwar Stone?
Yeah.
And if Felwar Stone's good, I'll pass.
All right. I'm gonna
one Forest Lotus Petal Bayou Lotus Petal Collector Roof.
shock in Blood Crypt.
Yeah.
For my own Soul Ring again. One second. I have to think.
Don't hurt yourself.
Anybody smells anything burning, let me know.
I don't know how we smell it burning over the computer, but all right.
I was like, I think I'm the only one close enough, so.
In a non-smoking area, if we see smoke, we will assume you're on fire and take immediate action.
I'll just pass it. Yeah, I'll pass this. Okay, good.
Okay. Draw for turn. Ooh. That lets us do things.
Collector. Oof.
No, unfortunately. We're going to play a Polluted Delta.
I'm actually prepped for Collector Roof this time, though.
Mox Diamond. We're going to discard Breeding Pool.
Yep.
We're going to crack Polluted. Go find me an underground real fast. Okay, I say real fast. Maybe. Fast is not the word I should use. Okay. Oh, don't tell me it's the very top card. Yeah, okay, well. Yeah, no, that was accurate. I will take the Caleb approach and finish shuffling here in a second. Those just didn't get there. We'll leave that there for the moment. We'll tap C and the diamond for an arcane signet. We'll tap signet for the fish.
Y'all can have fun with the fish. I only run 10 non-creature spells in this entire deck, so. And then I'll.
So, are we all agreeing to a fish pact?
Great question. I actually, so priority to me, I'll tap this for a red, and I'm going to show you an REB.
Ooh.
I have no responses. Okay. Why do you hate me, Caleb?
Because you made me exile my library last game.
I didn't make you do squat. You did it yourself.
No one made you cast the Collector Roof, Nick.
No one made you exile your library.
Yes, the oof did. I couldn't play Magic otherwise. I'd rather have a chance at playing Magic instead of just not.
What do you think Game 3 will be?
Well, in that sad stack of events, then, I have, looking at my hand, nothing else. Go ahead.
Plus,
I'll keep track. It's
been so long since I cast an REB, and I even went through the effort of finding these French ones.
Oh, you could have asked. The Pirate House of No always has counter spells.
Animar.
Yeah, but 4 in black border.
Yeah, that's fair.
Right.
I couldn't find Italian. It makes me sad.
Pass turn.
So what language is it?
Okay. What was it, Swan?
I said, so if it's not Italian, what is it?
I think it's French.
What is REB in French? Nephew.
Salve Elementra Rouge.
Oh,
what did you just say about my mother?
Lots of things. I'm going to cast Malcolm.
Lol.
I'm going to crack this for a volcanic island. And again, I'd like to do the shortcutting thing and cast a Wishclaw Talisman.
Yep.
Wishclaw good?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Cool. I'll pass.
Tap. Draw. Play this pineapple under the sea.
Malaysia Airlines Flight 193.
And I will tap Soul Ring, this pineapple, and a Blood Crypt for our Nicholas.
Yep.
That's good?
Yep.
I will pass my turn.
We'll untap. Poppy needs a land. All right, what are we going to do here? I need the two other players to look away from the screen for a moment. Avert your eyes, children.
I was going to say you can just block people.
I would like the Jataxian probe target Caleb.
Okay. What I can do is I can actually block Swan and okay, how do I? There it is. So you can do this, and then this, and so now they can't see me. So I've got this card.
Okay.
I've got this card.
Okay.
And I've got this card.
You're going to have to text that one to me, boss. I can't read that. I don't recognize the art.
That's, you wouldn't. All right. Yeah, I'll just text it on over to you.
All right. While you're doing that, Jataxian resolves. I'll draw a card.
Unblock Swan, unblock Josh. Doesn't make for the best content, but
It makes sense.
I mean, you could have just shown everybody. I promise I wouldn't have looked at the screen.
And then apparently Nick decided to pull a Josh on camera. Nice.
Sorry, Nick. Josh has a monopoly on camera issues.
Yeah, that's my shtick.
there you go. It's not a super commonly played card.
Apparently that's really making him think.
Or he put himself on mute and didn't realize it.
No, he's not on mute. Or maybe he is.
Yeah,
Now we can hear you. Sure.
Yep.
But I would like to counter your creature spells.
I'm keep talking.
In my red-black deck.
All right, let's do Game Trail, Revealing a Mountain.
Yep.
Let's tap Mystic for a Delighted Halfling.
Sure.
Counter on Animar. Green and 2 Forgotten Ancient.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
Counter on Animar. Move to combat.
Oh, I should not
Swing
put this on
Animar
battlefield.
at Nick for 3. All right. Pass turn.
Draw. Play a Morphic Pool. I will tap Soul Ring to activate the Wishclaw Talisman. I don't know.
I don't do anything. Caleb is now going to win.
I think I give it to Nick. Responses?
Unfortunately, none.
Where
We'll put a
is-
counter on Forgotten Ancient.
Sure. I know what I would like. Yeah. I'm going to grab this card. I'll shuffle in a second. Tap this for a red using the colorless floating. I'm going to cast Reckless Fireweaver.
Swan.
Whenever an artifact enters the battlefield, each opponent takes a damage. You'll like this one.
I do, yes.
Just only
I
when
would
it's on your battlefield, right?
Correct.
I've got a whole lot of nothing going on over here in my Ratco's deck.
I'll show you an offer you can't refuse. Sounds good.
2 more counters on Forgotten Ancient.
Yep. Move to combat.
Yep.
I will. Josh, do you have any reach or flying?
No.
I'll send 2 to you.
Okay.
All right. Malcolm trigger. I'll respond to the Malcolm trigger. I'm going to cast Trickery Charm. Mode change creature type on Reckless Fireweaver.
Making it a pirate.
It's going to be a pirate.
Okay.
That's good?
Yep.
Yep.
Cool. Treasure enters. You each take 1. Malcolm sees that, which means I'm going to get 3 more treasures, which means you all are going to take 3, which means I'm going to get 3 more treasures, and you all are going to take 3.
Yep. That's it. Maybe.
Well, I go through a shit ton of Obnixilis triggers and try and figure out something. But I don't think I've got anything that's going to stop this chain. I'm just going to flip a couple.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nope.
Yeah, I think
I'm
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. It's the game.
Yep. That's game.
Supreme victory.
I don't have another no spell. I mean,
Yeah, we'll put it on
Right.
top.
Okay.
Yeah. yeah, I had demonic consultation, so I could have found another no spell, but it's real
So-
risky. As we saw.
So Caleb, on my turn, just what I was going to do was I was going to tap the Soul Ring, the Command Tower, and the Blood Crypt.
Yeah,
Using the Soul Ring, Command Tower, Blood Crypt to cast Pyretic Ritual
sure.
and Cabal Ritual
Okay.
for 6. Using 5 of it to cast. Using 3 red, 2 black to cast. All will be 1.
Yeah.
And then the 1 black exiling Spirit Guide for Orcus Bowmaster.
Oh, I love it. So this play was actually super greedy, and I only wanted to do it because we're on stream and it's funny. I absolutely
That's
should have Witchclaw Talisman for just Thassa's Oracle and done the demonic consultation. Because so the thing is, the reason this is greedy, but it's fun, it's the funny play, is because with Swan having Obnixilis in play, then he can eventually find Deflecting Swat and Deadly Rollick. So he can Deadly Rollick this depending on where you are in the chain. Because like you're taking 3 at a time, like 3 instances of 1. So like if you don't lose life first, you could find Deadly Rollick, and then I could respond by going this and finding like Pact of Negation or Fierce Guardianship. But if you get Deflecting Swat, then you can Deflecting Swat the Pact of Negation or Fierce Guardianship to the Deflecting Swat, and then you stop my loop.
Well, with just what Caleb had done and what Swan would have done, I would have had enough counters. I could have cast Ulamog the Ceaseless Hunger for free.
Yeah. That's man, last time we did cEDH, the games lasted a lot longer. We've had 2, what was that? That was a turn 3 win on my part, right?
Yeah, that was another about 20 minutes.
Do we want to switch over to casual, or do we want to try to go for the 3 before we go to casual?
No, I want to play this. I've waited all week for this one.
Okay.
Casual it is.
No, his is different.
Mine's different. I like the case.
Joke's on you. He's going to pull out Ur-Dragon.
You like my Swan bird token that like I got from Card Kingdom, but it was a 1/1, so I just wrote over with a Sharpie.
Nice.
But yeah, that's Malcolm Vial Smasher. So my ways to win in this deck, just for the stream, are so you have Breach Lines with Brain Freeze. You've got Mayhem Devil with these magical hack effects to turn them all into creatures or to turn them into pirates. So you can like turn this into a pirate, sack a treasure, which deals a damage to an opponent, which creates another treasure. Your deck's basically like based around Malcolm. And then Reckless Fireweaver does the same thing. Breach Lines. There's Thassa's Oracle, Demonic Consultation, Tainted Pact. And the other way to win is Glinthorn Buccaneer. This plus Malcolm can kill the table as long as everyone's at like a reasonably close life total. Because you attack, then you activate the ability, sack, like discard a card, you'll make 3 treasures, which deals a damage when you discard, and yeah, you make 3 treasures, sack 2 more treasures, do it again, and yeah. So anyone who's thinking about playing any sort of Malcolm deck, feel free to hit me up. I have experience with Malcolm Vial Smasher now. Malcolm Timna is like one I played for a good month and a half and actually finished pretty decently at Mana Masters, and then Malcolm Kedis was my first cEDH deck.
So
or no, Malcolm Breaches.
Malcolm Breaches is also an all-star in Pauper competitive.
I looked at that, but I can't play the like. I really wanted to build it, but the number 1 pirate I want to play in PDH is not a common, so I can't. Like the whole reason I wanted to build the deck was I could play Lightning Rig Crew. The Lightning Rig Crew is an uncommon. Wizards, please, please, please print Lightning Rig Crew as a common in whatever reprint set you do. And I will jam so much Pirate PDH. I missed an opportunity. I should have been playing on this playmat tonight.
You should have.
It's so beat up. Like it was on my desk forever, and like the neoprene's coming apart. But yeah, I got this at Grand Prix Oklahoma City 2017 when I judged an event there. Speaking of judging, my first event in 6 years on Saturday. I'm gonna make sure to give Swan plenty of penalties.
All right, so
You remember that job opening we've got, Caleb?
No, because it hasn't happened yet.
Sorry, it's been filled.
Rip.
I'm starting to think you just don't want me working with you, and that's why you're like, oh yeah, it just hasn't been posted yet.
Well, see, every time I go to tell you it's been posted, you do some shenanigans in a game of Magic. So I'm like, well, got to delay it another week.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it was modern, and it was like several months, or it was like a month before I started. But I'm sitting there and I'm like, all right, yeah, just beat him, and I'm like, okay, cool. Hey, you're friends with Nick, and he's like, yeah. And I'm like, cool. I'm going to be starting at Dell soon, and he's like, yeah, I know. I'm going to be your boss, and I'm like, cool. And then like one of the first 2 days, I called his wife by the wrong name, and I'm like, well, I'm screwed. All right.
Womp.
Also, Caleb, I texted you my opening hand on that last game. Let me know if I could have won faster.
Okay. Josh, I need to let you let me know when you're done randomizing, because I keep trying to put in my commander, and it keeps not letting me.
All right, how about now?
Two games in a row, by the way.
How does that make you feel? Rip.
Thassa's
All right,
Oracle, Honorary
so
Pirate.
Swan, what are you playing for this first game? This
I am playing
casual
Cabal,
game.
the Balanced Scale. This is the Sultai Precon from Takir, but I'm using the backup commander.
Did you modify it at all, or is it just stock?
I added one card to it.
Is it Crucible Worlds?
It is Crucible of Worlds.
Very nice. I got the
I have
Advent
two
Armor
copies,
deck.
and one of them's been sitting in a binder forever.
So I got the Advent Armor deck, and I'm thinking I'm only going to upgrade one card. I'm taking Baator, that's the alternate commander in the Precon, or Baator Kindle.
That card's pretty good.
Yeah.
I have apparently two of them.
Very nice. Oh yeah, so I picked up the one that's on your left, the showcase one.
This one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I pulled that, and then I actually got this in a pre-release, and it did pretty well. Though I never get to trigger anything more than just the draw card ability.
Well, Dread, who are you playing?
Ah!
This will be helpful.
Big butts, huh?
So we have Big Toughness Phoenix. We have Charex, which also is just known for having a large behind. We have Swan, who is a graveyard deck. And I have a Shuffle Titan in my deck. This is going to be hilarious.
Right.
Let's go.
Well, see, the best part is I'm actually playing the Mr. Krabs Penny Pincher version of Sharks.
Yeah. Yep.
So,
and I've got a question for you all.
Are you ready, Caleb?
Who lives in a pineapple under the sea? Yeah, I've got SpongeBob. I even was able to get the correct version and like Spell Table Commander. So, yeah, I played this deck like 2 or 3 weeks ago. Oh, also, real quick, the answer to the previous question, which was why is Mark Poole credited on the Alpha Tropical Island? It's because he drew Birds of Paradise, and the art for Birds of Paradise was originally set to. It's confusing whether it was going to be tropical island, volcanic island, or just an island, depending on who you ask. But it's mostly thought to be tropical island, and then I think it was Richard Garfield himself that was like, "Hey, that looks like more like it's about the bird, less about the island." But I love this art, so he actually made Birds of Paradise because of that art.
Yep, I knew that one.
And so the next question that I'd like to see y'all answer, because I haven't seen a lot of answers yet, post in the comments below. What is the fan given name to the guy holding the crossbow in the Theros octopus token? It is a very specific thing. It was a meme. And again, please don't use Google, but the meme is hit him with your crossbow blank, because it's a little guy with a crossbow sitting like this and just like pointing the crossbow at this like towering octopus.
Funny enough, has more reach than Nylea.
So, speaking of Richard Garfield, by the way, did any of you watch the professor's interview with Richard Garfield?
No, that's on
I
my
did not.
to watch list.
It's honestly really good. I highly recommend it. It gave us really good insight to kind of like how he feels about current Magic. Because he doesn't really keep up with it, but he does still somewhat keep up with it, and like just talked about his vision. Also, right, we do the draw 10 thing, huh?
Yeah.
Yep.
I was like, I drew 8. I only drew 7 on those cEDH games just because I'm trying to make it like correct.
I needed all the help I could get. And look what happened. You got curb stomped by a pirate.
Twice.
I was true. Although I think you're going to suffer that wrath tomorrow.
All right. Everyone good?
Yep.
Start us off, Nick.
Any pregame actions?
I would honestly be shocked.
I mean, ley lines are a thing.
I mean, I play one of my cEDH deck. No, do I play?
Are you sure that's
yeah.
kind of snow covered? Well, I'm going to stop because this is a family show.
Yeah. Draw. Yeah. I'm gonna play Jetmir's Garden tapped, and I'm gonna run and grab a beverage real quick. But I have nothing. In fact, I got a thing for this. I'll be right back.
Nice. Okay, draw for turn. I will play an island and then pass.
Okay. Also, draw for turn.
I would like to know this is actually classified as a bracket 3 deck.
I'm gonna play this tap Memorial to Folly and pass.
And then we will sit.
So what's funny is I drew a one land Soul Ring hand, and my land is a tap land.
Rip.
I'm back. Yeah, I'm still getting mileage out of this, Josh. I made this back in like November.
Right? I mean, it's now a thing. I mean, I've got mine.
Yeah, By the way, I don't know what bracket this is. I think it's technically a bracket 3. Because the only game changers I can think of in here are Demonic Tutor, Teferi's Protection, which just got added, and Smothering Tithe.
So you should, if you guys get a chance, watch the most recent episode of the Command Zone, where they actually talk about with the updated, game changers and stuff like that. They actually talk a little bit more about the theory behind what bracket is what.
Yeah.
Really good episode.
I'm going to tap Jetmir's Garden for white. I played a Reflecting Pool, which can tap for 1 mana of any color of a land that I control produces, so it's the opposite of Exotic Orchard. This card's really good. And double white for Flowering of the White Tree. So it has some other text on top that doesn't, or on the bottom that doesn't matter, but legendary creatures I control get +2/+1 and have Ward 1. Only creatures in this deck are legendary, and it doesn't make creature tokens, so I'll pass.
All right. Untap, upkeep. I will play an island, and I purposely mismatch my lands. Because I'm a monster, yep. All right, tap 2 for a Prowler's Helm. Equipped creature can be blocked except by walls. Pass turn.
Where's your Plagon deck, Caleb?
I mean, he's playing Mr. Krabs. I had to play SpongeBob.
Yeah.
Also, I may have added a Pramicon in here. He doesn't know.
Josh, you good?
Yeah, you're good.
Okay. Untap.
Also, if you want a hilarious video to watch, the new Card Market video with Carl playing a €100,000 deck against a welcome deck is hilarious.
Ooh, I'll have to watch
Read
that.
Aquaphor. I'm gonna tap Soul Ring for Milliken.
Yep.
And pass turn. Boy, these really get washed out, don't they?
Yeah, that is the nice part about the AI armor sleeves on stream is they don't really get like washed out.
Yeah.
My biggest problem is they just mute foils. Like, I wish they didn't have the matte front.
Yep. Oh, that's a card I haven't seen in a hot minute.
All right. Let's go.
I don't like the fact that that card is like a "Hey Josh, go yourself" card.
I'm gonna play a Zagoth Triome because my deck is like primarily tap lands. So I'm gonna pass turn. But
feels
Reflecting
bad.
Pool adds all 5 colors now, right? Green, white, red, blue, black. Yep.
All right. Let's play Coral Atoll as my land for turn, bouncing this untapped island back to my hand. But that will tap for a blue and a colorless. How cool is that? All right, 7 cards in and pass it.
All right. Untap.
This is also the first time I've played this deck, so
I'm going to put in the Woodland Cemetery. I control a swamp, so we're good. And let's think I'm gonna tap colorless, middle card, tap for blue, tap for green, tap for black, commander. And I will end my turn there.
No.
Sure. Heroic Intervention and Leisa.
I'm gonna grab a drink. I don't have quite the
In
fancy
response,
token that Caleb
no.
has.
You don't have quite the what?
So I don't have quite the fancy F6 token that you have, Caleb.
Oh, yeah.
Cool.
Nick's all gas, no car.
Hey, you can't park there.
This isn't where I parked my car.
Dude, where's my car?
Back.
That's the sound of string cheese.
100%.
Let's go.
Okay, cool. Sorry, I've been playing a lot of cEDH, and those turns tend to take either 5 seconds or 35 minutes. So I have all my colors, but I'm going to play a Bloodstained Mire. I'm going to crack it. I'm going to turn on Nick's Archive Trap. I want to go grab a Plateau.
That would be gross.
This Plateau is so... like, it doesn't even look like... You can't tell it's a Plateau. It's all... So... Let me...
Well,
Let me
when
just
it's
say-
the HP version, it makes sense.
Yeah, well, this is the... So this is actually the Magic Online art. It's the one I use for all of my dual lands, so no one can think that they're, like, real.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
I play
I'm just
Mangara,
kidding
and
you.
I'm going to pass. But what really bothers me is... So first off, I have one that's different. I have a Savannah that's different because I think Swan printed that one, and like it just he just picked whatever version it printed. But what drives me insane is this is the Plateau. This is the Taiga.
Gentlemen, I'll be F6 for another moment.
Yeah, yeah. So I played an island. I'm gonna tap 4 for Solemn Simulacrum. And then I will pass.
Oh yeah, Mangara, by the way, is a 2/4 with lifelink, and if it does things, whenever an opponent attacks with creatures, if 2 or more of those creatures are attacking you and or planeswalkers I control, draw a card. Whenever an opponent casts their second spell, draw a card.
All right, I'm back. I had a small child that was quite angry.
Ah.
The smallest child or just the small child?
The smallest child.
Ah.
Because you opened the string cheese without their permission.
He definitely heard it. I guarantee it.
Did you have to relinquish some cheese?
No, I ate all that cheese. I stuffed it in my face before I went and got him. I ain't sharing that. That's right. Whose turn is it? What'd I miss?
It's your turn. I just played solid.
Okay. On tap. Draw a card. That doesn't help. Force the land for turn. Alright. I'm going to move to combat first. And Caleb, anything that flies?
Nope, just a 2/4 lifelink on the ground.
Alright. 4/4 in the air at you.
Commander.
Commander. Mill 3. Return a land from the graveyard to the battlefield.
Make a Zombo.
Yes, sir. Okay. Now I'm going to play green, black, blue. I'm going to play the actual commander for this deck. Codas. Once during each of my turns, I may cast a creature spell from my graveyard by exiling 3 other cards from my graveyard in addition to paying its mana cost. And whenever one or more creatures I control enter, if one of them entered from the graveyard or was cast from the graveyard, put 2 1/1 counters on Codas. I'm going to use this green and this Soul Ring to go cultivate. And I will pass the turn at that.
Mill 2. Oh, great. Imagine that. Curator's Wand and Witness Protection. And then do it again.
Real bad. You got a monocolor deck.
Security Bypass. Keep going till they hit a land? Or is it just once?
Yo, what's up? Keeps going until he hits 2 cards that don't share the same color.
Okay.
It's
well,
a fixed grindstone.
Okay, so I hit a basic island, so that stops that, correct? That sucked. You got my security bypass. That would have been fun.
Which one?
Yeah. Security bypass.
Oh. Is that the weird
As long
counter
as
spell?
enchanted creature is attacking alone, it can't be blocked.
Oh, okay.
And then whenever it deals combat damage, it connives.
Jeez.
Forbidden Alchemy. Conduit of Worlds. A blue and a green.
Oh. Okay.
You mean Gary the Snail?
Why haven't you gotten Gary the Snail yet? Touche. So what if I make you Gary the Snail in white border? I mean, I was gonna say that's yeah.
Sure.
Well, Milliken dies.
So you get a slug token.
And
But
I'm
do
just
you
gonna
have the best slug tokens? He doesn't have the best slug tokens.
It's true.
You have to think about that.
I would like to see Slugless Cage make a reappearance. Not in Toxrill, though.
Okay. I was like, I can rebuild Toxrill. I have a new copy now. And I'm a better player than I was 4 years ago. I could make it much more toxic.
I can also punch you in the face.
Yeah, you could. That is a legal game action. I'm gonna play this Trop. I'm gonna Swords Toxrill.
Say it.
Caleb, I love you.
You'll hate.
Love you too, man.
Clear.
No, power, game like power. And since Toxrill's not coming back, and I don't think it's likely to be in anyone else's deck, I don't think we really need to track slime counters anymore.
Yeah.
I could just hold that up. Yeah. I'm just going to pass the turn.
Yep. Untap. Okay. Yeah. Play an island. 2, 4. Cast Mr. Krabs.
Pass on Krebs.
I also pass on Crabs.
Okay. Tap 1. Bobble. Wayfarers. With the high quality art.
That's your second spell, right? So I get a draw off.
Correct.
Mangara.
Yep.
Cool.
Move to combat. Swing Solemn at Swan.
I'm going to block with a 1/1.
Yeah.
Esther.
All right. Draw turn. And play this Swamp. Now I've got decisions to make. Actually, I'm going to move to combat first. Sir Nicholas, no flyers? Go 3 commander in the air at you.
Why is it 3?
No slime counter. 4. Yeah, so 4. Sorry. ML 3, 1, 2, 3.
Nick, I am a creature deck.
2.
I don't know if you know this. I need creatures on the board to play a creature deck. Toxrill is not. I have done nothing else to you.
Ooh. Black.
Well, get better plans.
Lord of Extinction.
Rip.
Is that your first spell?
That is my first spell.
Okay.
This creature's power and toughness are equal to the number of all cards in graveyards. We will figure it out when it becomes relevant. And
Nick, you get one of those with Phoenix, though. That's if you can clone that thing, it's GG's.
what was it? Oh, not creative.
I should have cast that, right? Because you're 4. Yeah, I could have cast that. Oh.
I'm going to just cast Nyx Weaver. Reach and beginning my upkeep, I mill 2 cards, and I can play a colorless, a black, and a green, and exile this creature and return target card from my graveyard to my hand.
Thank you for playing that. It reminded me I have things that I have to do.
You are welcome. Pass the turn.
I haven't done an enchant world today. Let's go. No, it's a common. Oh, great.
I think it's your turn there, Pirate.
Command Tower, Nylea. So Rise or M211? Okay, so it's
Nerdle.
Yeah, I don't know what I want with that, so I'm not gonna cast it. Draw. I'll play Spar's Headquarters, and I'm just gonna cast SpongeBob. So SpongeBob gives all my legends +1/+1 for every legend on the battlefield. And then when I cast a legendary spell from my hand, I cascade until I find a legendary legendary permanent. The word. You may cast that card, so it's a legendary spell. Legendary non-land card is how it's worded. I'll pass to Josh.
Yep. Let's draw. Okay, yep, that's a card. Let's tap the Atoll for Tetsuko Umezawa. Creatures I control with power or toughness 1 or less can't be blocked.
Oh yeah, we're very familiar with that card.
Mm-hmm.
Move to combat. I'm going to swing Mr. Krabs at Nick. Yes. Are you blocking or no? Oh, yeah, you're right. Well, I will go ahead and tap 3, giving it +4 -4. So just 4 to the dome. All right. I have done what I wanted to do for now. 3, 4,
All right.
5 cards in hand. I will pass the turn.
Untap. I'm going to mill 2 cards. Pick a different dice for my upkeep. Draw a card for turn. I guess before I do anything, I'm going to go to combat. And Josh, any flyers?
Negative.
4 commander at you in the air.
Nope, can't do anything about that.
All right, and I'll return this Hinterland Harbor. Create a Zombo. Okay. I have things.
Got it. Difficult. Some equipment.
All right, Caleb, Swan, I have sent you a token. Please make sure that Pirate gets it. I think you'll appreciate it once it finishes sending.
Okay. I don't. Guess what I'm gonna do is. Where was
Is it Great Sword of Cheer? Have you cast 2 spells yet, Swan?
I have not cast any spells yet.
Okay.
I have options, and I'm stuck in decision paralysis.
I have never heard of this card. Great Sword of Tyr.
Okay, so I think what I'm gonna do
All right.
is 1, 2, 3, 4.
Sending this
Green,
over to our group chat now, Josh.
green.
Fantastic. I think it's an amazing.
Exile, rampant growth. Crucible worlds we have at home, and cultivate from a graveyard to cast Voltani. Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. Okay.
Okay.
Skeleton Key
Ocean crab
and
and a forest.
okay.
Arcane Denial and Savai Triumph.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9, 10, 11. All right, and Voltani is currently 11-11.
She big.
She big. And she came out of the graveyard to create another Zombo. And then I will tap 3 for Essence Anchor. At the beginning of my upkeep, I surveil 1. And I can tap it, create a 2/2 black zombie druid creature token, activate only during my turn, and only if a card left my graveyard this turn. And I will end my turn there.
Yep. Full ring. And explore scope.
Swan, did you end up casting more than 2 spells?
Yes, I did.
Cool. I'm going to draw from Angara.
Yep, I cast Multani and then Essence Anchor.
My brain is super fried right now. I should not be playing a deck that has triggers that worry about what my opponents do. Should have just played Menskin Boo.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Nick, do you still have Eater of the Dead in there? Sweet. It's so good.
Oh.
Yeah.
No response from me.
Good
Yeah, I got nothing for that. This is my one counterspell. I mean, both of them grow by you milling. I guess Lord of Extinction, because it checks all of our graveyards versus just Swans.
Yeah.
Lord of Extinction is in my hand.
Also, that's your second spell, Nick. But yeah, I'll draw a card. It's doesn't change anything. You get to gain a life. I don't. This deck really needs an Omniscience. That's what I really want right now, is an Omniscience.
So green, blue, land. So with
lands are colorless.
Yeah, right. Duh. With Bruvac though, do I do that twice?
Yes.
Yes.
Will of Sultai and 2 green. Do it again. Land, cool. Spring Bloom Druid.
I think you have to mill 2 more as well.
Yeah, you'd have to build with 2 more.
Oh, right. Lethal Scheme. Here we go again.
What card is that one?
What?
What card is that one that you should put in there?
Lord of the Forsaken.
Okay.
Doing it again. Land. And I guess one more time.
Yeah.
Gravecrawler. Exotic Orchard. Thank God.
You got it. So I found my favorite card in your deck, Swan. I don't know if it's already in your graveyard or not.
Which one is it?
I'll have to look up the name, but it's Colossal something, and it's so cool.
Just kidding.
Colossal Grave Reaver. It's a 6 black-green flying. It's a dragon. Whenever this creature enters or attacks, mill 3 cards. Whenever one or more creature cards are put into your graveyard from your library, put one of them on the battlefield.
Ooh. That is not in my graveyard currently.
Oh, God. That's a good one.
Yeah, that grave card is it's really cool. You can do things like I've got a buddy that plays it in cEDH, and one of the things he'll do is cast Entomb, put Thassa's Oracle in his graveyard because it came from the library, go straight into play, and then cast the thing. If you haven't learned, Thassa's Oracle was a mistake.
Yeah, I gathered that.
So I'm going to cast a Mox Amber, I will have a thing for SpongeBob, but I literally can't hit anything, so I'm just not going to do anything.
Hold on. It's totally the unifier. Never mind. I thought SpongeBob was Kenris. Wishful thinking.
My land for turn is going to be Plaza of Heroes. SpongeBob is 8 by himself, so we're going to tap this for green and this for green. I'm going to cast the Party Tree, aka the Great Hinge.
Woo woo!
So I would like to party on down to a 7 or less. Or wait, it costs 9. That's even better. SpongeBob, though, is 7, 8. He doesn't count himself, right? +X, where X is the number of legendary creatures. Yeah, no, he does count himself. So he's 9 exactly. But I just have to reduce it by 7, so. Also, I'm going to find an 8 or less. It's going to be Shieldred, the Whispering one.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So at the beginning of each opponent's upkeep, they sacrifice a creature. At the beginning of my upkeep, I reanimate a creature. This results.
Yep.
Let's go. So what do I have if I do that? I have 6. 6 is good. I'm gonna Eldamri's Call.
Okay.
I could get that. It doesn't give that ability though. I'm also looking to see how many game changers I have while I'm in here. Because I am curious, but I think it's just those two. Probably getting the. I'm either getting this or the other one. I think I'm going to get the other one. Yeah, I've got a Tithe. I've got a Teferi's Protection. I've got a Demonic Tutor. And I don't think any of these other ones. I'll have to relook at the list, but I think it's just that. I'm going to get Shalai.
Yep.
There it is. I'm going to. Yes. Then I'm going to cast Shalai. I've got a SpongeBob trigger. You are correct, but so you want to respond to my trigger then?
The cast trigger.
Yeah, well, I've got because when I cast it, I get my Cascade trigger. Is what I'm saying. Okay, well, that's what I'm asking. Do you want to see what I cascade into first, or do you want to do it now? Okay. Sounds good. Okay. So. Yeah. Yep. I think we're resolving this right. So 2 of these did share a color. So I'll repeat the process.
So you would do it again.
I'm going to do it again here as well. So I'm still at 4 triggers. All right. Down to 3 triggers. Two of these share a color. None of these share a color. Down to 2 triggers. Two of these share a color. None of these share a color. Down to 1 trigger. None of these share a color. So, got a good chunk there.
All right, then Cascade.
Yep. I don't even know if I'm going to have a hit. Mathis. Bloodseeker. Or Fiendseeker. Menace at the beginning of your end step. Put a bounty counter on target creature and opponent controls for as long as that creature has a bounty counter on it. It has when this creature dies. Each opponent draws a card and gains 2 life. So that's an end step trigger. I'm going to tap this and gain 2 life and make 2 green. And I'm just going to cast a Farseek. I just want to see what's left on my deck. I'm going to grab an Indotha Triome. Then I'm going to move to combat. Josh, I'm going to attack you with Mangara.
Mangara's how big?
Let's see. Base 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9, 11. 9, 11, I think? 9, 10?
I will walk with Solemn.
Sounds good. I just want to gain the life.
Yeah, I want to draw a card.
Yep. Yep. And then at the end step, I'm going to put a bounty counter on Bruvac. So if you kill Bruvac, we'll each draw a card and gain 2 life.
Okay.
And I'll pass.
All right. Untap. Upkeep. We'll draw. Let's. I'm going to pay 3 for Staff of the Mind Magus. Whenever I cast a blue spell or an island ETB is under my control, I gain a life. Play an island. Gain a life. And then I think I'm just going to pass the turn. Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Tetsuko. I totally forgot about that. Hold on. That kind of changes shit. Yeah. Yeah, still not going to attack, but second main. I'm going to pay 4 and cast Whelming Wave. Return all creatures to their owner's hands except for Krakens, Leviathans, Octopus, and Serpents.
Mm-hmm.
So So you did end up sacking something to Shieldred?
Yeah, so I sacked Tetsuko.
Alright. And then you return. Mr. Crab's going to return to your hand too, right? Because it's a crab.
No. Return all creatures to their owner's hands except for krakens, leviathans, octopus, and serpents. So Mr. Krabs will stay on the battlefield.
Oh, he's a Leviathan crab. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought his creature type was just crab.
Nope. Leviathan.
All right. Stuff's back in my hand. I chose to put SpongeBob back in my hand. He's fine.
All right.
4 cards in hand. Pass the turn.
Okay. Getting my upkeep, I'm going to surveil. Graveyard. Draw a card. Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's a minor detail, but did you want to untap your lands?
I mean, I guess.
I mean, you do you, boo. Although I don't think it's you don't have anything that says your lands don't untap.
I do not. Okay.
A good old what?
That would only affect one of my lands.
Why would you do that to me?
Please no. Let's see. I'm going to cast Treasure Cruise, but I'm going to exile 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 cards. So it only costs 1 blue. Draw 3 cards.
Sure.
And going to cast Harrow. Sacrificing the island. And I'm going to go 2 basics. Actually, while I'm sitting here, I'm just going to replace this Crucible of Worlds for the real Crucible of Worlds that I have here. Okay.
What was your previous Crucible of Worlds?
I had a proxied one because I didn't know where my other one was, and it was in my trade binder when it
It was
should have
a
been.
totally legitimate Crucible Worlds. That's what he said.
Yes. I'll get another island, and I'll get a forest. And
Don't mind me, just going to start getting ready for work.
Oh, you have to work tonight?
Yeah, it's a later start time, so we're doing okay for the moment.
I was going to say, yeah, maybe we should have just jammed cEDH all night. We could play like 7 games by now.
all right.
Yeah, but I was excited to play Mr. Crab.
Oh, that's fair.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 12. I'm going to move to discard. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cards in hand. Actually, swap you.
Hang on, guys.
And you. Okay. Pass turn.
Okay. Flow of ideas and an island.
right, I'm back. Nope.
Hey, let's go. I know that.
Sounds good. All right, let's see how many
Glad to
spells I
know I'm
can
not the
deploy.
only crab here.
Play Scrubland. You know what they say about people who play Scrubland, right?
You're Magic players?
Same thing they say about people who play Badland. They're really plateauing their legacy career.
Lol.
Yes. SpongeBob.
Can I vote we exile Caleb from the EDH Brothers?
No, you can't swim. There's 5 for SpongeBob. I have 6 mana left. I would like to use 4 of it to cast Shalai. I guess I have 3 mana after that. Trigger. Yoshimaru.
That's such a good dog.
Yoshimaru enters, then he'll see Shalai enter, so he gets a counter. I have 3 mana left. That conveniently taps for black, white, and red. And I'm going to play Mathis again. Trigger SpongeBob. I don't even know if I have a hit left. I probably don't, but... no. Cost 3.
What do you need?
Need a 2 or a 1.
Isn't Sissy a 2?
What was that, Josh?
Hey, wasn't Captain Sissy a drop?
No, she's 4. And the other one's a 3-drop. Jahada, Tower, Smothering Tithe.
Ooh, you're going to get a fail to find?
It's probably going to be a fail to find. I think all of them are in my graveyard, but I don't have this deck list super memorized, so... Yep. In the deck. We saw it there. It's in Chinese, I think. Well, you probably don't recognize the art. Japanese.
Go.
It's in Japanese. Nothing I have has haste, but I think I was able to get my hand down to where I don't have to discard, and I will pass the turn.
I'll keep draw.
Yeah, my bounty counter.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to put it on the shield sphere because it's funny.
I like it. Play an island. Can't wait.
I have exactly 7 in hand.
Let's...
And Mathis is going to give Yoshimaru
told
another
to stack the bobble. Go get an island. Gain a life. Want to go punchy punch. And so I'm going to go punchy punch.
Swan, it looks like. Do you remember what day the Here Come the Mummies concert was?
I think it was the September 4th.
So it's if so, it's 2 days before Weird Al. Nope, it's on September 6th. It's the same day as Weird Al.
Yep, definitely not going to that.
No.
All right.
Priorities.
Look, we already spent the money on those Weird Al tickets, and they were spendy.
Mr. Krabs is coming to Swan, and I'm going to activate him twice.
So what's happening?
You're taking 14 to the dome.
Ouch. Yep.
Yes, sir.
I'm really glad we didn't go ahead and buy the tickets, though.
Same.
All right. Pass turn.
All right. Untap. Upkeep, I'm going to surveil. Josh decided to quit.
Hmm? What?
Yep. And draw a card.
There. Does that work?
Hey, you're back. You might want to keep that on the board. I'm going to cast Living Death.
Oh, hell yeah.
Each player exiles all creature cards from their graveyards, then sacrifices all creatures they control, then puts all creatures exiled this way onto the battlefield.
Let's go.
Nixilis the Fallen.
Okay.
Commander. Lord of Extinction.
I will put Mr. Crab back in the command zone.
Okay.
Solemn does come in, so I will get an island and gain a life off of that.
SpongeBob will go back to the command zone. These will all get sacked. But I'm bringing back Leesa, Nylea, Kodama, Sisay, Dramoka. Rest ahead and your creatures that are tapped. Mine have haste. Kamal, K9 Mark 1, Audric, Avacyn, Elish Norn, and Kenrith.
Elish Norn as in Grand Cenobite Elish Norn?
As in Grand Cenobite Elish Norn.
Fantastic.
So all your creatures get -2/-2. All mine get +2/+2.
Solemn dice.
Immediately. But you get a card out of it.
Yeah, and I get the land, so
2, 3, 4, 5. 6, 7, 8. All right. Create a zombie, which will die immediately.
and you said they all come in tapped? All of our
No,
creatures do?
not right now. For future reference, they don't come in tapped right now because Urbrass doesn't see them hit the battlefield. Same reason Kodama doesn't see all these creatures where I could get a bunch of Kodama triggers.
That makes sense.
I don't believe that's how it works anyway. Because they all kind of enter at the same time.
Yeah.
It's the same reason why clones that are brought back with Living Death can't actually clone anything. Because, like, they don't see it. It's a really weird interaction. That like, it's weird when sometimes things can see other things, and other times it's like, nope, it doesn't see it.
Okay. Now, make sure I don't have anything with haste. I don't think I do.
This game just took a weird turn.
Yeah. A little bit.
Wait, do we draw a card off of the shield dying? That has a
Yes.
counter on it?
Yeah, it's a delayed trigger, so everyone draws a card and gains 2 life except Nick. Also, y'all better have an answer, because otherwise, if it makes it to my turn, you're all dead. Very, very dead. No. So you exile all creatures from your graveyard, then sacrifice all creatures, then return the creature. It has to be ordered a certain way, but basically you sack the creatures on your board and bring back the creatures from your graveyard. But they can't say that, because then, like, order matters.
4.
So the creatures have to, like, live in exile before they come back. Also, notably, it gets around Grafdigger's Cage.
Wait, what became the because of Anthem Mutineer? What becomes the salamander? Or yeah, because you get to exile a non-salamander.
Hold on a second. I had something. Okay. Who would like to block a 3/3 to let it die? I can, I think, stop Caleb.
I mean, I only have this would be a 0/1.
Actually, hold on. I might be able to.
Is it even a 3/3? Are you counting the fact that it has -2/-2?
Oh, I'm not. It's a 1/1, but never mind. I've got a sack outlet.
Well, but hold on. You still have the ETB trigger from Mutineer.
That's true. So the initial ETB for Mutineer, probably Ellis Norn over there.
Okay.
And then
I had a 3/3 salamander, you said?
4/3 salamander.
Okay.
I'm going to pay a black, sack it, and have Nick mill 3 cards. Actually, I'm going to have myself mill 3 cards. And then, Caleb, what's the next biggest problem over there?
I mean, it's all a problem. I'm going to be honest with you. Like, Audric's going to give all my creatures all abilities. Avacyn makes all my shit indestructible.
Okay. So, sorry, Avacyn. Forgot about Avacyn.
Doing Avacyn?
Do what?
Oh, are you paying 2 for each of these, by the way?
For what?
All my legendary creatures have Ward 1, and then they all have Ward 1. So it's 2 every time you target one of my things.
Okay, paid at that time.
Okay. And you paid it for Ellerstorm as well?
I've only targeted Ellerstorm so far.
Okay, I thought you were getting rid of Avison.
I'm debating.
I do have a 20-minute countdown.
What are you doing this with?
I'm gonna reanimate Ampin Mutineer to exile,
okay.
and then sack it and reanimate it again. I can do it twice. But in the interest of time, I'm just going to pass the turn.
What are you reanimating with anyway?
Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Victimize for one.
Okay.
And
well, it wouldn't work actually, because Liesa says if a creature opponent controls would die, exile it instead. So you get one use.
Never mind then. But either which way, I'm just going to pass turn in the interest of time.
Makes sense.
Island and thought monitor.
Oh no.
Okay.
Kill your entire deck?
I mean, I'll be dead before anything.
If I may throw this out there, I can kill Swan. If you can mill the rest of Caleb, then the three of us live. Is Shuffle Titan still in the library, or is it in the graveyard?
It's in the library. It can't exist in the graveyard. It's one of the Ulamog. So it said if it would go to the graveyard from anywhere instead.
Yeah, the only way would be either have it in his hand and have him exile his hand, or be on the battlefield and exile it from the battlefield.
Yeah. Or if it was in my hand and I just had no way to discard it.
Yeah.
And this is why I run Yixla Jailer. Cards in graveyards lose all abilities.
Yeah.
Funny enough, it is a black card.
Library is exiled.
Just in the graveyard. But, yeah. Okay. Untap. During my upkeep, I am now under the protection of Dragon Lord Dromoka, which says my opponents can't cast spells during my turn. Not that it's going to matter. I'm going to play this by you. I'm going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see, that's 5 plus 2. Recast SpongeBob. I'm going to cast... let's go with Arvad. Let's go with this guy. Other legendary creatures I control have menace, and he has menace.
Yep.
I'm going to move to combat. At the beginning of combat... Oh, I also have a trigger from this and this where I can put in more crap, which I will choose to do because I can. From SpongeBob, it can be the same cost, so Arvad. And from this guy, it can be this Mangara. So now I'm going to move to combat. All my creatures are going to get +3/+3 and trample from this. And then Audric's going to give them all flying, menace, death touch, lifelink, haste, trample. And then they're all going to get +1,billion from SpongeBob. And the flowering of the white tree. And I don't want to do the math. Please don't make me do the math.
I won't make you do the math as long as you don't kill me with SpongeBob.
No, I'm gonna kill Josh with SpongeBob.
Kaboom.
Okay.
Just kidding,
It
you didn't die. Wrong one.
It was the living death that 100% did that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was. The plan was trying to accelerate the end of the game with living death, which it did.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that. I was going to play Hero's Blade, and then when Mr. Krabs came back in, that automatically attaches.
Let's
And then I
count
was
how
gonna.
many cards it was away. 1, 2, 3, 4.
I'm telling you, for your deck, the Excellent Jailer may not be a bad option.
21 cards down was Ulamog. So, yeah, it's an interesting card. But Nick, do you use your graveyard at all? Oh yeah, so it wouldn't matter. The only issue is it only has has 1 toughness, so you're not getting a lot of value out of it. But it would shut off. Yeah. Yeah, you could. I mean,
Yeah.
you could also just. Well, yeah. So Eater of Dead just works in general. So the cool thing with Eater of Dead is, as long as your opponents keep getting creature cards in their graveyard, he can eat a creature out of a graveyard to untap himself, which means he can just almost mill your entire libraries.
Yeah.
I saw that combo. It was a comedian MTG actually playing it on a cEDH stream, and I'm like, that's pretty awesome. I got to tell Nick about that combo.
I like it. Well, let's do final shout outs, all that fun stuff. We'll start with Caleb and then go to Pirate Swan, and I'll finish her up.
Sounds good. Shout out to everyone who watched. Make sure to go to YouTube, like, comment, subscribe. Answer the question. It again is, what is a fan name, or what is the name given to the fan character with the dude holding the crossbow in the Theros Octopus token? Again, please don't use Google. It's readily available on there, but it kind of defeats the purpose. So, if you comment and get it right, we'll shout you out in the next stream. But yeah, and anyone who watched, all the people who like, comment, share, and just a small plug again that I am offering coaching sessions at a pretty reasonable rate. Just because I love talking and helping people with Magic the Gathering. So you're interested in learning more about Magic in general, or like specific formats. I have experience with Modern, Legacy, Vintage, cEDH, Casual, Commander. I could learn Standard and Pioneer. I've played both those before as well. So hit me up. We can even just talk Magic philosophy. And yeah, we'll I'll pass it over to whoever's next.
All right, Pirate, you're up.
Mono green.
Put it in the chat. Let's go.
Hey guys, as always, it was fun playing Magic with my friends and Nick. Well, you see, there's a reason. No, great time. Thanks everyone for joining. Again, to Nick's point, like, subscribe, algorithm, do whatever. It's always fun.
Love it. Thanks again to everyone who joined in. Make sure to follow us on social media. The Commander League that we are running out here in Utah, the championship pod is Sunday, so someone will be walking away with this ring. Yeah, it is a hefty one. Yep, definitely a face breaker. Make sure to check out Kayfabe Cards, the Utah home of the EDH Brothers. Primal Nerds, check them out. Great shops. Make sure to check out our friends AI Armor and Infinite Tokens. Not sponsors of the channel, but we love them. So check it out. We will be back again next week. And again, leave the
All right. We offline?
so you know that awkward moment when you just decide to up and leave and then come back. Yeah, totally what happened.
What is Cosmic Crusaders podcast, by the way?
That is so. Comic Crusaders is the
Or Comic Crusaders
book website / podcast. They actually power EV Mux, which is what we use.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah. If you love all things comics, go check them out. Yeah, it's a good time. Yeah, we will be back next week for more Commander. It'll be good times. But on that note, we are going to wrap it up so I can get to work. Catch y'all later.